Well, this game's starting to feel more trap gamey to me. From 10 days ago, whenever we beat the Packers, right? We beat the Packers. We've got 10 days off, little mini bye. It's like, oh my gosh, life's good. We're going to get guys back, get healthy. And it actually has gone the other way. More guys, more important guys are injured. So I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why this game is going to be significantly harder than we thought. Okay, it's the NFL. This is a Panthers team that has not won. They're dying for a victory. It's at our place. Like everything feels good, but I'm going to show you 3 reasons. So the first one, let's just take a look at the injuries and show you. Amon-Ra St. Brown, doubtful. Jahmyr Gibbs, questionable. And Brian Branch is out. So this comes from Pride of Detroit. They put this together. Shout out to them. Brian Branch officially out, and it sounds like it's more than just maybe a 1 weeker. It could be a multiple weeker. And that's really a shame because he looked like he had really gone out long term, right? Remember in the Packers game, gets carted off. It's like, well, Achilles, he's gone. But then he's not. Then he comes back in. You're like, all right, then gets injured again. When we were up, we didn't need him in there. And that makes me just, I don't like that for a couple reasons. Why did we have him in there? And is like Will Harris that bad that you can't just be like, hey, Will, hop in there? More on Will Harris in a second. But the injuries is a concern. The first concern that I have is with Amon-Ra St. Brown out, Josh Reynolds growing limited, Marvin Jones not good, Jameson Williams first week back. We're all excited about Jameson Williams, but let's be realistic. He's been sitting. He hasn't been sitting on the couch, I hope, but he's been out. He's just been out. He has not been in game form, and here we are, 5th week of the season. To expect him to just jump right in and be a dependable, good receiver for that's just tough. So now we're going to lean on Khalif Raymond and like Antoine Green, our 7th round pick. So what does this mean? This is my first concern. The Panthers are going to stop the run. They're going to do everything they can to stop the run because we have no passing threat really right now. Again, Jameson, we'll see what he can do for us, but they're going to sell out on the run. And that's what we have. We've got our good line and our David Montgomery's ready to go. But I'm concerned about that because they're going to sell it to stop the run, and we just don't have a threat to throw the ball. So that's concern number 1. My second concern, I alluded to it just a second ago, but Brian Branch is out. He has been playing at such a high level, and we've all noticed it, and we haven't taken it for granted at all. He's a rookie. He can play the run. He can play slot. He can cover. He can tackle. He can do so many things that really we haven't even noticed CJ Gardner-Johnson because of Brian Branch playing so well. So inserts Will Harris. Will Harris, not good enough to ever start, but he's never bad enough to actually cut. And the dude just sits around. Congrats to him. Or just hangs out in this. He's a back. Then here he comes, right? He's like this backup because he can play anything, but nothing really well. So Will Harris comes in, and it's a completely different player than Brian Branch and nowhere near as good. I mean, nowhere. So now we might have our safeties get exposed a little more. Iffy, Tracy Walker, I think, is questionable as well. So it's like, geez. So I think we're going to, our safeties that Brian Branch, I think, has really covered up for, just because our safeties are being able to stay back because Branch is right in the mix, right in that 10 yards and in, and he's able to cover and do a lot of things. So that's concern number 2 for me. And then concern number 3 is this. Doubtful. James Mitchell. Hey, man, didn't even know you were on the team still. Kabinda never plays, always injured. Figure that one out. I can't. He's always injured, and he plays like 4 plays a game. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so frustrated with the injuries. I know why, because they keep happening. Josh Reynolds growing, questionable. Jameson Williams just questionable. Just, I don't get that either. Is he not ready, or just why is he questionable if he's going to play or not? We're dying for wide receivers, and we're like, I don't know. I don't know if he can get in. Vitai's questionable. That's interesting. That's a positive. He's not doubtful or out. He's actually questionable. Aquara, I mean, geez, the Aquara brothers, I'm done with them. Get them out of here. They're always just, that's all the news they ever make is their injury report. Emmanuel Mosley. Okay, so Mosley's going to get in, and Kirby Joseph possible. So we got some positive mixed in here. But here's my here's my last one, and you tell me in the comments out of these three, or if you have another one that you're concerned about. But this reminds me very similar to the Seahawks game. We beat the Chiefs on national television. Life's good. We come home. Let's go. Crowds all for us, and we get smacked by the Seahawks. This one, go on the road, beat the Packers. Life's good. We got 10 days off, and we're coming home to an inferior opponent. Let's go. It's like we got injuries all over the place because that injury report didn't even mention all the other injuries that we have, that like IR guys like James Houston and stuff. So we've got a ton of injuries. It just feels very letdowny type of game in the fact that Carolina they're not terrible. I mean, they're not like the Broncos or the Bears terrible. They haven't figured out yet. They've got a good coach, a rookie quarterback, some veterans sprinkled around. If they can figure out protection, because that was the thing with the Seahawks. Remember, the Seahawks had their tackles were out. It was like, oh, watch this. Hutch is just going to go crazy. Nope. Same thing here. Carolina, their line sucks. Well, I don't. We'll see, right? So this is why you play the games. This is why it's the NFL. There's 32 teams. There's no cupcakes. There's nothing you can take for granted. So here's the positive. I'll fit. Been going all negative on this video. Here's the positive. We have Jared Goff. At the end of the day, you take rosters aside, coaches, the whole thing. Do you want a rookie quarterback in his 5th ever start? Not even. He was injured in his 3rd start, or Jared Goff, like a dude, a 10-year vet, not quite, but like been to Super Bowls, big games. Who do you want to play? The guy wins games. So we have Jared Goff, who's going to make the right throws. We can't turn the ball over. We just can't get silly with the ball, and we should win this game. I mean, it's that simple. But at the same time, if we turn the ball over and they don't, we could lose this game, and this would be a devastating loss. It really would, because these are the ones you got to have. It's a winless team at your place. You've had 10 days off to rest. Somehow more people have got injured than ever, but we got to have this one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. If you're new to our channel, appreciate you being here. We talk about the Detroit Lions and the Pistons as well. They're going to get ramped up here, but obviously it's all Detroit Pistons. And also, we don't have a lot of fluff here, like in the beginning of the videos, like it's like, oh, subscribe and this is what we do. So we appreciate that. We don't spend a lot of time talking about ourselves, I guess. But it's myself and my partner Craig who handle this channel. We're all about the Lions right now, loving it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you guys on the next one.